My July meditation retreat is just around the corner, and I want to extend my invitation to you. As always, you'll spend most of the time in silence, and I will spend most of the time in silence as well, which is just wonderful. Most of our meditations will be in silence. The whole group will be in silence as we move around the retreat center and take our meals, etc. Besides the first and the last meal, the first evening and the last morning, or speaking times. But I will be breaking my silence a handful of times to offer you a couple guided meditations, yoga classes, and a few talks, which will also, in the talks, will also integrate the questions, the write-in questions that you're able to share with me as the retreat unfolds. The guided meditations, yoga classes, and talks will all be centered around these themes: trust, rest, and reciprocity. And these themes are just so important, and they keep coming up, and they're very beautifully interconnected. And I think it's going to be really wonderful to spend 3 days just really digging into these. At the beginning, I'm going to be offering teachings and techniques around trust and rest, and the way that trust and rest create this positive feedback loop as we go. The deeper that you go into trust, self-trust, as you sit in your meditation seat, trust in the container that we're creating and in the group and in me, trust in this space, trust that your meals are going to be taken care of here. Unlike when you're out in the regular world, you're not going to hit traffic while you're in there. You're not going to have anything come up in your email that's going to throw you off because you're off grid. You're not checking your phone. You're having a digital detox. All these ways in which we really, for a few days, we protect ourselves within this container of trust. And then that allows, of course, this really, really deep rest to take place. Deep rest is a time, when you're not producing, you're not consuming, you're not having to express, you're not having to prove anything to anyone or make ends meet. For a few days, you don't have to think about any of that. And what happens is very deep healing begins to take place in that state of rest, physically, emotionally, mentally, and beyond. All areas of you need and crave this deep rest that's just really hard to get otherwise, right? And then I'm going to share some teachings. I've been doing a lot of teachings about reciprocity recently, and the ways in which we are interconnected at all moments of time, the ways in which we are offering gifts. Yes, even when we're just a silent presence, as you will be on this retreat. And you are always receiving gifts. You're always receiving this belonging to the world. The world is right now feeding you breath and everything that you need to live. And so as we explore this theme of reciprocity, it tends to bring us into deep states of gratitude. There will also be some inquiry prompts that I'll give you and some encouragement to explore on your own how you are relating, how you are showing up in the world and giving your gifts. How's that working for you? Are there some patterns you need to reset? And how are you receiving from the world? Are you open to receiving those gifts and appreciating them and being taken care of and accepting that belonging and nourishment that we all need and deserve? So yeah, really, really great, rich, juicy themes there, and a great group gathered already of regulars who've done this with me several times, and I invite you to join us.